To a Legoland tantrum, to a mystery man hero, we look back at the major 41 Action News investigations of 2014.
The year started with intrigue, the sudden resignation of a popular mayor in Grandview. 41 Action News investigators discovered a criminal investigation into his nonprofit, thanks to breadcrumbs left behind by FBI agents. The disgraced mayor admitted to pocketing money for his bogus charity.
We have a lot of supporters in Grandview, and they're just looking for an explanation.
He received a year in federal prison and refunded taxpayers for those fake lunches with local politicians and a Christmas Eve shopping spree.
When I close my eyes, I don't see the sister I should see. I see my sister laying on the concrete floor.
A troubling story of a woman who watched her sister die in a western Kansas jail led to the investigators uncovering major flaws in Kansas's open records laws.
We spent $25,000 to, get these records and figure out what the heck had happened to us.
It revealed in Kansas, unlike other states, police records are presumptively closed. The series of reports sparked change from lawmakers who passed a bill partially opening some court records to the public.
It really made me feel violated for my mom.
A home care nightmare for a Kansas City man and his elderly mother. Family heirlooms stolen and pawned for cash. And we discovered Barb Lowski had done the same thing before.
Why do you keep stealing from elderly people you're supposed to be taking care of?
I'm not going to answer that question.
But she eventually had to answer to a judge. After delaying justice once by fainting in the courtroom, the criminal caregiver later left in handcuffs with a 5-year sentence.
He's missed in everything we do.
The Brissett family from Overland Park resolved a lawsuit over the death of their son, Luke. An airport flight information sign in the Birmingham airport fell on Luke and 3 other Brissett family members. The 41 Action News investigators uncovered emails showing the contractors knew the sign was unstable.
Luke also believed in forgiveness.
Still, after the case settled, the Brissetts extended forgiveness to those found responsible.
They're good people that work for these companies, and they did not intend for this result to happen.
Why are you using... Watch out, man! Come on, why are you using your commissioner title?
Terrence Maddox made headlines for a Legoland temper tantrum last year. And the Wyandotte County Commissioner was back in the news with comments caught on camera.
Tell him the commissioner said, if he does not call me, I'm going to send his secretary down here to talk to him.
The Ethics Commission asked Maddox to resign and the DA to investigate if the politician should be ousted from office. But to date, the commissioner hasn't budged and plans to run for re-election.
Demands me to take my review down.
A woman wrote a 3-star review for Yelp, but ended up facing legal threats from the orthodontist she reviewed.
Telling me that there's a difference between free speech and commercial speech, so I was not protected under my First Amendment right.
The story uncovered a growing problem of strategic lawsuits meant to prevent people from filing bad reviews. It also showed the lack of laws protecting online reviewers in Kansas and Missouri.
All I heard was a loud boom.
An off-duty KCK fire chief wrecked his department vehicle and other cars, but could drive away without consequences. We told you about a judge's controversial decision to throw out the blood test.
It's such a double standard, and it's blatant.
The DA is appealing the case, which could have a ripple effect across the state of Kansas.
Very, very upsetting.
Lynn Jackson called the investigators after his fiancee received a cancellation notice on her layaway order from Kmart just days before Christmas. The presents were for her grandkids.
She's been putting in a lot of doubles trying to get this money to put this stuff together for her grandkids or something she really been wanting to do, and they pretty much just tore that up.
After our stories aired, Kmart refunded their money, helped them get their presents in time for Christmas, and even gave them bikes for their grandkids.
You're right on the top of the list for the city of most parking tickets.
I don't have that many parking tickets. What are you talking about?
Some downtown drivers ignore stacks of parking tickets and seem to get away with it. The city says it's cracking down, but a self-described parking ticket champ bought a bus and said, let the parking war begin.
I figured that they're not going to tow this, and they're not going to put a boot on it.
Councilman Michael Brooks was at the center of yet another controversy at City Hall. This time, allegations of choking his assistant and later questions about his attendance at a taxpayer-funded trip to Texas. With pressure mounting, Brooks resigned.
A year after the explosion at JJ's restaurant, the 41 Action News investigators were still breaking news about the events leading up to the explosion, interviewing people affected by the accident.
I have nerve damage in my back, I have nerve damage in my left arm, my spleen's taken out. I've had 20 surgeries in the last year.
You hear somebody screaming, you respond.
He was the mystery man who put his life on the line to save others. But Paul Mangello got the recognition he deserved. First a medal for his bravery in Overland Park, and then a national honor for rescuing those 2 workers after the explosion at JJ's restaurant.
All I can say is that it was Providence that was there on the corner on that day at the time.